Hi, boys and girls. Today we are doing a writing lesson on adjectives. We haven't really talked about adjectives yet, even though we have probably used them in many of our sentences. But if you notice on my anchor chart here, it talks about how adjectives tell us about nouns. So we have talked about nouns, and nouns are a person, place, thing, or animal. And we talked lots about different types of nouns. So when we have an adjective, it's just going to make our nouns a little more interesting. So we've talked about like how sometimes we can expand on our sentences and make them a little more interesting for us to read. Well, we can do that by using adjectives to describe our nouns. So if you notice, I have tons of different pictures on here and they have different adjectives to go with them. So if you look at this first one, it says, what size? Well, I see a building here. Building is my noun, but to describe building, I could use the word tall, and tall would be my adjective. If you look over here at my rainbow, it says, what color? Well, sometimes we can use our different colors to describe different nouns that we're talking about, like red, orange, green, or blue. All of these colors can be adjectives. If you look here, it says how many. Well, different numbers in front of a noun can also describe our noun. So maybe we're talking about one thing, two things, three things, four things, five things. So any of those number words can also describe our noun. Over here, it says how something feels. So maybe you're going to describe that your noun is cold. Maybe you're going to talk about a cold person or cold ice, like this picture right here. Or like over here, the word hot is an adjective. So instead of just talking about a fire, you could say that it's a hot fire. So fire is our noun and hot is our adjective because it is describing our noun. If we come down and look here, it talks about how a noun looks. So we have a flower, but to describe that flower, we can say pretty flower. Up here we have a star. Star would be our noun, but we could describe it by saying bright star. And then down here we have, you could say Frankenstein or you could say monster. And to describe monster, we could say scary monster. So if you notice, I'm adding an extra word each time with my noun to make it a little more interesting to describe it. A couple more examples. How something sounds. You might say loud to describe how something sounds. How something tastes. Maybe your apple that you're eating is juicy. Maybe the candy that you eat is sweet. And a lemon is sour. So lemon is our noun and sour would be our adjective. Down here, talking about how something smells. Well, we could say that we have trash, but to describe it so you can picture it a little bit better, you might say stinky trash. Or these flowers might smell fresh. So I think you can kind of notice a pattern here, how I'm using different describing adjectives to describe my noun. How something behaves, you could say a slow turtle or a nice girl. Or even a shape, what shape something is, instead of just saying basketball, you could say a round basketball. So this anchor chart has tons of examples, but you have a couple papers today that we're going to be able to do some different examples. So this first paper is just one for you to keep to look back at. So this says, let's learn about adjectives. Adjectives are describing words and they describe a noun. So if we look here at our first picture, we have our noun is pizza. So you can see here is our pizza. And then right here is different adjectives that can describe our pizza. Like we can have a cheesy pizza, or we can have a hot pizza, or we can even have a yummy pizza. So I'm making it a little more interesting by adding an adjective. If you look at this next one, our noun is cats. So we have cats here. The adjectives to describe those cats could be cute cats, orange cats, fluffy cats, or even two cats. We talked about even number words are adjectives. Down here we have our noun is sun. To describe sun, we could say yellow sun, hot sun, round sun. Lots of different words to describe our sun. And our last noun here is baby. Baby can be described, maybe you could say little baby, young baby, or loud baby. So this is just an example page for you to keep, so you can write your name on it at the bottom. And if you ever feel like you forget what an adjective is, this is the paper that you will go to that can help you out. Now you're going to find your paper that says adjectives, draw a picture to match. We're going to do some of this together, and then you're going to do the rest of it by yourself. So if you look at the top, the directions say, draw a picture to match the sentence. The adjective is in bold, so that's what they mean by bold. The first one has been done for you. So this first one says, the dog is wet. So they have drawn a picture of a dog that is wet, and then they went ahead and they bolded the word that is the adjective. So in this next one, our sentence is, the paint is red. Well, red is a color word that is describing the paint. So you're just going to draw a picture of paint that is red. So this is a pretty easy one because it is mostly just reading the sentence and drawing a picture. We'll get a little bit more into it tomorrow. I'll read a couple more for you. This next one says, the snake is long. Long is our adjective. It is describing our snake. So you're going to draw your picture of a snake that is long. This next one says, the baby is happy. Well, happy is describing how the baby is feeling. So I would draw a picture of a baby that is happy. So make sure that each one you read the sentence and you draw your picture. And then tomorrow we will go just a little bit further with our adjectives and we'll watch a video.